Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tomi. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. Right now I make like travel related videos, living alone and whatnot. So if you're into that, make sure you hit the subscribe button and check out my other contents. The sun is going down. I really need to hurry up with this one. But today I'm going to be making a video. Someone commented on one of my videos and said, can you please make a video about like living in a rural area and like how you feel about it or something like that. So I was like, you know what, why not? So today that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to be talking about my feelings living in a rural area, my background, and like if I'm a city girl or not, if I like living in a rural area, pros and cons and different things like that. For context, I live in rural Korea. So in case you're wondering the country and this is the first video of mine you're seeing, thank you for clicking, by the way. But yeah, let's get straight into the video. Enough of the rambling. Okay, so let's start from like my background, like where I've lived and stuff like that. So when I was in Nigeria, I lived in two places, Port Harcourt and Lagos. Lagos was like the more like happening place, you know. I'm sure right now you might have even heard of Lagos, even if you're not from Nigeria, if you're watching this video, because it's like the happening place. Everybody goes to Lagos. You've probably heard of Dirty December, happens in Lagos. But I did go to a boarding school outside of Lagos while I was there. I went to a day school for some time. And when I was in Port Harcourt, that was like primary school days when I was a child. So not living in the most happening place didn't really bother me. Even in Canada, like where I lived, was not like the most happening place. It was like an hour, or it's because my family still lives there, like an hour west of Toronto. So for the most part, I've lived in places that are like away from like the hustle and bustle. Even where I went to uni was away from the hustle and bustle. So it never really bothered me. It's just something like I've been used to. I always saw it as an opportunity to like go, like as an opportunity to travel out and like go to the happening place and see what it's about. I personally like living in a low-key place because first of all, in terms of living in Korea, I don't feel like the whole like pressure of like having to keep up physically. Like when I went to Seoul versus in my rural area, I could just visibly see the difference, like the high fashion and the like it just feels more, there are a lot of young people there too, so I feel like it already gives a more competitive vibe out there. So I prefer living in the more low-key places or place, and then when I want to, I'll just take a trip out and see what's going on there, or if there's like, I don't know, something going on like a festival that I'm interested in. I remember last year October there was a Seoul Africa festival, for example. I didn't end up going, but that's just an example. So like I like the fact that I can just go there when I'll take a step, and then when I want to leave my rural area, and then I just come back, rest my head, very calm. And also like where in rural areas in Korea, it's less young people, mostly like Harmony, Ajuma, just say like the older people. So when people look at you, it's more like a curiosity thing. Like I low-key feel like a celebrity, but when I went to Seoul, for example, in Itaewon specifically, there are just like a lot more foreigners, and I was like, I don't feel like I'm special anymore. But yeah, that's basically the gist of it. Second thing I'll talk about is transportation. Transportation, I've noticed that taxis are noticeably cheaper in cities than in rural areas. Like now, one of my schools is like a 15-minute drive from my place, and I've taken taxis there a few times, you know, if I miss the bus, or I don't usually wake up late, but I think I've had like one or two instances where I did, and it cost like almost 15,000 won, around 15,000 won, which is around 15 Canadian dollars. But the same length in cities is almost like half. It costs like 8,000 won or thereabouts. Like visibly, I noticed it in Daejeon, I noticed it in Daegu. Did I take any taxis in Seoul? No, but I'm pretty sure it probably would have been the same. But yeah, noticeably cheaper. So I guess that's like a downside. And you know, cities have like trains, they have the KTX, so you have more options in terms of transportation. But for me, I live like 5 minutes away from a bus terminal that goes to Seoul, it goes to Busan, it goes to Daegu, Daejeon, like it goes to a bunch of places, and it's also 20 minutes away from Tongyong. Tongyong is like a city in my province, and there are a lot of places Tongyong goes to. So like if there's no bus from me, I'll just take a 20-minute bus to Tongyong and then do a connecting trip. Very, very straightforward. The buses to Tongyong come pretty frequently. What else? Yeah, because of that reason, I haven't been on a KTX because it's too much of a mission for me to try to take a KTX. I'm like going to Jinju first, and then I'll go to the bus terminal. Then I'll now take a bus from bus terminal to KTX station. Before I'll now take a train from KTX station. Like it's just too much. So I actually haven't taken a KTX out here. Subway, yes. KTX, no. Like from one city to another, no, I haven't done it. It's just a whole mission. So, but some people may not live that close to the bus terminal. So if that's your situation, then I guess it might affect you a little bit more. Maybe you can consider driving. I don't know. I personally, I don't drive in Korea because I think getting around is really easy. Okay, number 3 is, so number 1 was like my background and my feelings. Number 2 was transportation. Number 3 is lack of accessibility. I'm looking at my laptop for my notes. I said, like, in terms of shopping, like, I feel like finding stuff is way more of an extreme sport in a rural area. Like, I don't even buy a lot of things, to be honest. Like, things that would, like, stuff like skincare would obviously not be a problem. I'm talking like clothes, for example. I mean, in Korea, in general, if you're, like, bigger than the sample size or the average size, like, finding clothes is already going to be, like, a whole thing for you. So, rural areas are even worse. I'm glad that I brought a lot of stuff with me because like a lot of stuff that I thought would not be easy to find. So it makes things like a bit easier for me. I legit don't shop in Korea. I was like, oh, I'll go and shop in Daegu. Daegu is like the 4th largest city in Korea. I was like, I'll go and shop in Daegu, but then one teacher that was leaving, she gave me a bunch of new clothes that she hadn't worn and some that she had like worn only once. And like we wear the same size, we have the same style, so that saved me a bunch of money. I didn't end up going. Oh, the last thing, this one is a huge one. If you have dietary restrictions, honestly, I need to add you to my everyday prayer list. If you end up in rural Korea and you're veg, the anxiety, like you feel like you can't enjoy authentic Korean food because like they just mixed everything together. I talked about this in one of my videos, 10 things I wish I knew. They mix everything together. Like you can be eating kimchi jjigae. Kimchi jjigae is kimchi stew, so it's like a stew made with kimchi, and that's basically what it is. Sometimes they have like tuna inside and stuff. I went to Yosu with a teacher recently. Vlog coming soon. I went to Yosu with a teacher recently, and like she's Muslim, so she doesn't eat pork. And I was like looking at her food because I'm like, I have to look out for you. You know, you can never trust these guys. And I was like, is there pork in your food? Is there pork in your kimchi jjigae? She was like, no, I don't think so. I was like, I think I saw pork. And guess what? There was pork inside. So if you have dietary restrictions, I don't know what to say to you. Brother, sister, I don't know what to say. If you know how to cook, I guess you can still survive. But the gas bill has like recently skyrocketed and is insane. So, but I mean, if you have dietary restrictions, you obviously don't want to die because you can't eat like kimchi jjigae because you saw pork inside the last time. So like, I guess cooking for yourself could work. But you like opt out of the school lunch because something that can look like is just veg, like you can be eating like a veg like banchan, like a veg side dish, and you just see shrimp inside, or you find out that there's octopus inside, or that they use pork bone broth to make it. Like you just never ever know. So if you have dietary restrictions, if you're coming for vacation, if you're coming to live here, best of luck to you. If you're coming for vacation, just stay in Seoul. Just respect yourself and stay in Seoul. No, Busan probably has like less options though. But yeah, there'll be options in Busan. Just stay in Seoul and respect yourself. You don't want to be crying every day. Please stay in Seoul. Seoul is a foreigner's place, so tourist place. Just stay there. Respect yourself and just stay there. Yeah, you probably if you come like as a teacher and you're veg or vegan, just it's either you be eating rice and kimchi every day or you just cook and opt out of the school lunch. Like because they don't understand separating things. Like if you go to a restaurant and ask them, please can you, I said this in that video as well, please can you do this but don't put XYZ, they don't get, it's like rocket science. Just the same way splitting bills is rocket science to them. You'll be like, oh, I ordered this, they ordered this, can I pay for my own? They'll pay for their own. Rocket science. One person has to pay and then somebody will, then you now transfer at the end to the person that paid. Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. If you have like dietary restrictions, thank God I don't. I'm very happy. And even if I do, I can cook and my food slaps. So in no way am I suffering. I'll take the L on the gas bill. So that's the only thing that is expensive, really. Electricity is very cheap. I'm not paying rent and my school pays my water bill. I heard water is very cheap too. So literally it's just one L. Take the L on the gas bill. Go if you like fruits, cry. If you're veg or vegan, you like fruits, just start crying because they are mad expensive. If you like veg, is good. You have options. You can just choose the cheaper ones and be switching them out every week, every other week. But that's basically it. That's all I have to say on city versus rural. I cover dietary restrictions or accommodation for dietary restrictions, lack of accessibility, like accessibility to stuff that you need, like foreign type things and stuff, even things like seasonings. I'm so glad I brought my suitcase of seasonings with me. Thank God I did that, or else I'll just cry because I'm getting tired of gochujang and gochujang, and I'm getting tired of like just pork and sweet meats. Thank God I can cook. Mommy, thank you for teaching me how to cook. If you're watching this, I know you're watching this, thank you for teaching me how to cook, because if I didn't know how to cook, I think I'll be crying every day. Yeah, I think I pretty much covered everything. That's it for this video. I hope the person that asked that question, I hope this video answers your question, or I hope you're satisfied with everything that I've said, or like the amount of information I've shared. And make sure to give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Why can't I speak? Make sure to give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and keep on. Okay, make sure to give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe, and make sure you turn on your post notifications, because if you don't turn on your post notifications, YouTube is not going to show you when I upload. So please turn on your post notifications so that you can see when I upload, so that you can also tell other people to watch my channel, so that this channel can grow. Okay. Thank you guys so much once again. Well, it's been a while since I filmed sit down videos, It's been like 3 months. I just filmed 2 today, but yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.